What if you could simply build your own carrier TMS? I know that sounds crazy, but if you watch this show, you're going to see some AI prompting and accessible tools that will change the way you look at your auto transport software. Get ready to never look at your TMS subscription the same way again. Please say hello in the live chat, share your thoughts, grow your network, and learn from the best on ATI Auto Business. What's up, ecosystem? Welcome back to Industry Logistics on ATI Auto Business, where everyone learns more about the automotive industry. All right, so we are talking about AI. I know it gets old. AI. Sue, how you doing?
I'm fine. How about you? Not really, but hey,
I know,
sounds good.
but you're with us. It's awesome.
I'm with you.
Thank you. Everybody, Sue is a little under the weather. It's really cold outside.
Yeah, that's not helping.
It is cold. You're right. It's really hard to get well when
How
it's
much snow
freezing
did you
outside.
get?
I don't know, a few inches. I
Really?
think it's like, yeah. And how much did you get? I don't know. Did you get a lot?
Yeah, a lot.
Shit.
Like, what did we end up saying? Like 9? Something like that?
10.
9 to
Okay.
10? Yeah.
We're at 10 degrees, 3 inches.
Yeah, I
It's
think
doable.
we're at 11 degrees right now, it says.
Schools are out. Yeah, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But, this is the Midwest. I don't know what's going on in the rest of the country.
Blank, don't miss.
Well, it hit all
Similar?
through Tennessee and everything.
Did it?
I'm hoping
Okay.
this is our last one. We never did talk about Puxatawny Phil. What did he see?
He saw a shadow. He said 6 more weeks.
Oh, there.
Yeah, he did. He
Damn
said
that, Phil.
Phil is always right. Never question Phil.
Oh, dang it.
Thanks everybody for jumping in. Whether you say hello in the live chat, whether you do, whatever you're doing, live, on demand, it's all good. Thank you for taking the time to tune into ATI. This has been a dangerous network for a long time, and now it's like super dangerous.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, what we're doing today is nuts. So stick around for that. David's going to join us. I'm not kidding. That's not hype. It's going to become do or die. I mean, I'm calling it that. I don't know. We'll see what happens. But all this technology, I don't know what's going to happen. But AI, it's crazy. For example, this guy's cool. He's going to build his own internal load board software, onboard carriers. I get it. It's cool. But actually, maybe that'll happen. And maybe it'll happen in a way that's never happened before. I'll bet you didn't see this. This was out a few days ago. New AI-powered auto transport quoting tool built with DeepSeek, which is Chinese AI. That's communist AI.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Transforms pricing.
Yes, this is an auto transport quote calculator transformation pricing tool. Algorithms, accuracy, transparency, price estimates. I mean, you don't have to put in personal information, AI backed. This is going to get crazy. And I mean, you go to bigfellaautoexpress.com, I guess you can. And Andre's a fan of the show, so I mean, we haven't even talked. This was a press release. I don't know what's happening out there, but it's going to get nuts. Anyways, if you still want my Excel sheets from my dispatcher training series, you can go to atiautobusiness.com. And when you go to resources, click on resources and you click on, you can download. You can watch the videos and download the PDFs right from atiautobusiness.com. How cool is that? Kind of neat. I talked to this guy, Angelo, 2-car hauler. Did you talk to him?
Yes, we talked to him. Janice did.
Nice guy.
Yep.
Very nice guy.
Right?
Yeah.
I kept thinking, are you sure you want to get into car hauling? Shouldn't you be like, selling
he already
stocks
is.
and stuff,
I mean,
right?
He's got an account with Central and everything, so.
Oh, I know it. Yeah. But now, so let's just talk for a second.
Okay.
But does 2-car, is that enticing? Can you do a 2-car, or is that?
I can do a 2-car. Where he's at a New York, right?
It's in Northeast, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, you'll get the money usually that you're supposed to get, but you're going to deal with tolls and traffic and, the usual.
So by the time you do all that, 2 cars, because that third car is your money, right?
Your third car is
Yeah.
usually your money, yeah.
Yeah. So, he's a smart guy. Maybe he can figure out how to move into a 3 car.
I'm sure, yeah. That's
Yeah.
probably what is his eventual plan, or something bigger even might be.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and that is Sue's text line. If you want help, if you're serious and you could text
Text me.
Sue 417-255-6230.
Just don't send me a text that says hello. I get
Right.
those all the time. And I'm like, yeah.
Hello.
Tell her what you want, and it's kind of like, another thing that Angelo did when he got me on the phone,
Uh-huh.
which doesn't always happen. I was expecting a call and he got me on the phone.
Oh.
But I'm glad he did, and he really got to the point. We didn't have to jabber jaw for 30 minutes about truck stops.
Right.
Just get right to it.
Yeah.
Know your ecosystem. I always say this. We talked about used cars Tuesday night, right? That's dealers. And even one of the dealer guys was like, don't you talk about logistics? I'm like, dude,
Yes, it is.
I talk about it all. That is what we do here.
Yeah.
It's time to break
Right.
through your vertical. And this is the ecosystem's neutral zone. I put this out. This is weird. Okay. This isn't going to mean anything to you, I think. Dad, what dumb laws are you working on today? Why, son, Scout Motors, of course. Well, what's Scout Motors? Scout Motors is, and it just got killed in South Carolina because the dealer lobbyists, they have all the money. This got 20,000 impressions, this weird post. Because I'm not alone in thinking, you know what? It's weird. The guy that just got voted in wants to drain the swamp. It's funny. A lot of the people that love him are the swamp. How funny is that? You can watch Automotive Ecosystem Tuesday nights at 7 p.m. You can tune into Industry Logistics at noon on Thursdays. We had Dispatch Minds here. They were blowing our Dispatch Minds. Wah, wah, wah. Go to dispatchminds.com, put in promo code ATI, and search like a pro. All right, you want to see a truck? Here. Let's see if we can do this.
Holy crap.
Yeah, this is nuts. I would normally share this, or I would normally not share this, but this is crazy.
That's pretty crazy. Oh my goodness, 2 trucks. That's insane.
Wow.
What is that, Jay? Oh my God, look! There's people pushing.
I know. What are they
Is
hauling?
this
dude?
in the States?
This is in Canada.
Gotta be a laugh.
In Canada? Okay.
But what is that thing?
I don't know, but it's huge. Maybe
Oh
it's a
my
nuclear
God.
power plant, Jay. I don't know.
Exactly.
Something new.
It's Elon's new dishwasher.
They just gave you PJC.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, we got 2.
This was posted. See, nobody cares. It's not just the people you work for, it's the people you work next to. And it's not a big deal, but really ticked this guy off. All right. Oh, that's wonderful. Okay. Show me, what is it? Did you get the memo? Auto Haul Exchange, here's the memo.
Yep.
They're upgrading to their platform. You sent me this. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, make sure you guys do that because otherwise it kicks you off.
Well, and it says you got to do it by February 22nd. So you don't have a lot of time. Yeah, you got to get over there. Yeah, go do that. Any questions? Email carriers at autohaulerx.com. You can call them 248-480-9874. But yeah, you want to do this.
And just so everybody knows, everybody's going to this, what do you want to call it? Verification system.
Yeah.
Where you will
Two-step.
get a number sent to your email to put it in there. Every big broker is going to this, just so everybody knows.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and here's another. So I don't know what's happening in the marketing department at RE. Yeah. But anyways, I found a way to still get the information. You guys made it hard, but I still got there. I don't even know if you can see that, but I'll read it for you. Our customer has requested that all transporters handling their OEM vehicles follow specific security precautions regarding key storage and theft awareness during transportation. As your independent logistics partner, we're passing along this information for your awareness and consideration. Okay, yeah. So if you can't read that, it doesn't matter. Here's the information. Keys, fobs should be secured inside of a lockbox within the truck cab during transportation. Okay, so, right? Keys and fobs should be secured in a lockbox. Is that standard? Where do you think drivers are putting keys and fobs during transportation?
In the cab.
Ye old glove box?
Usually? Yeah.
I mean, I'm just asking. They're
well,
saying
a lot
it
of
needs to
my
be in a
guys
lockbox.
have those metal.
Like a lockbox.
No, it's a thing that they write on. What the hell are they?
Oh, jockey box? Oh,
no.
clipboard, like a
Yes,
metal
and they have a box
clipboard.
inside of them, and a lot
Oh.
of them used to keep them in there.
Well, it needs to be able to lock, and it needs to be welded to the truck.
Damn it.
When stopping overnight at a hotel, keys should be taken inside rather than left in the truck. Now, that's an interesting one. Take the keys in the hotel.
I kind of get it.
Yeah.
It's happened. So.
Yeah.
So
that's, I mean, I just suggest.
Definitely better than leaving them all in the cars like most drivers do. So.
But ATI is suggesting an important font update. Font update. Okay.
Font me.
We're known for this. February price per mile is down year over year.
Font this.
Yeah. Font this. Good one, Janice. Year over year. Did you know this? February price per mile is down year over year.
Yeah.
Does that sound right?
Well,
what?
Really?
Yeah.
So the price per mile is down.
Right, price per mile. Let's talk about it, because I honestly, year over year is one of those blanket statements that it just sounds like a snooze. Like, oh God.
So they're saying that every year it goes down a little bit more than the year before.
Just in comparison to last year.
Okay.
Their data shows
that it's down,
and that's why we're doing this, because I'm telling you, not everybody's a stockbroker, right? So when you say year over year, you literally, it's hypnosis. You're putting half the audience to sleep. Now, not at the NADA convention, because people there, man, they love that stuff. But year over year, this year over last year, the price per mile went down 8.9% according to the data.
No? Yeah.
All right. See?
So.
And everyone's asleep. No.
So my question would be, do they not think that might be based on weather at all?
Oh, right. Well, that's the thing. Good one. There's actually no other information here. Not in the slide. There's text. I cherry picked.
And here's the thing. As soon as the storm goes away, the prices go way up. So I don't know how that factors in there either, because then they're bulked up. They have to get moved. They may pay more, that kind of thing.
And that actually could be in the text. Here, full disclosure, I cherry picked just the graphic because it doesn't say who created it. And since we're not really talking anymore.
Yeah, I gotcha.
Whatever.
And not based really.
Oh, dang it. Hey, pricing update. Vehicle count methodology. You're a pretty big fan of this. Each vehicle you post will count towards your tier limit, even if it's part of a multi-vehicle load or posting. And I think they even said to keep up with the industry, they made this change.
And I don't know where they're
keeping up with the.
What does that mean? Who are they keeping up with?
They weren't keeping up with the Joneses, so they had to,
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Well, the Joneses are doing it. Yeah, so you're loving it.
Yes.
Yeah. Everybody's loving it.
Well, yeah. I mean, the little people is really me and all the little ones are going to be hurt the most. So.
Well, that's pretty much how economics works. And scene. Also, another foobar is that quotes no longer will do packs.
Yeah.
So explain that one.
So, like, we're getting charged to do multiples, but we can't get a quote for a multiple. So, if you list 10 vehicles, you should be able to check prices. You cannot.
Can't even check two.
Can't even check a 2-pack. Can't check a 3-pack.
Can the big guys check, but not the little guys?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Because that would sound right?
Yeah, all the way.
You don't see any more mom and pop pharmacies on the corner, right?
Right. Yeah.
Okay,
Walgreens and
then.
CVS. There you go.
All right, there you go. Here's another terrible idea. When you list a car, the most you can. What is this?
Okay, so when you list out a car, you know how we always make fun and joke about how people list stuff, 6 months out or whatever, that kind of thing. Well, we do have clients that want us to list cars 60 days out for when, like, for example, snowbird season comes
Right.
along. So I do it not because I expect somebody to take the load, it's so I don't forget when it comes up that it's already on there. But the rule is now you can only list cars 30 days out. But yet, when you go to your search engine, you can look up to 60 days. What's the point of that? You're not allowed to list anything that's over 30 days. So I don't know why we have a search engine for 60 days. If that,
Makes
follows.
Well, I'll ask a lot. Hey, live chat, do you follow? We got a guy in Ukraine right now in the live chat. I would go to dispatchminds.com because I think they might know something about the area. Go to dispatchminds.com. And as far as here, I'll ask Janice. Janice, what do you think of what Sue said?
I think she's right. It's just just makes no sense.
Well, that would probably be
And
why
I
it's
don't
implemented.
understand why they
Yeah.
prohibited it if they're going to let people look 60 days out. I would say that's another deal
So-
with the person who's doing programming doesn't know.
So I had a
works.
thought. Well, what if? So you can post up to 30 days out, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's it.
Well, if you can post up to 30 days out, and I can see 60 days out, then I can see that 30 days out post for up to 30 days.
Right. But if I
That's the
wanted to
extreme
post it
example.
60 days out, I can't. So what's the point?
And so here's what's interesting is, what is the point of posting 60 days out?
Like I said, the only reason I do it is so I don't forget that I have a customer coming up that say snowbird
Well,
season time.
It could be maybe, hey, Sue, focus on this bad idea and not the other bad ideas.
There you go. Yeah.
Speaking of bad ideas, okay, you posted this.
Oh yeah. Should we talk about this?
Well, nah.
Okay. So, and I figured out how they did it, Jay, because I practiced it myself and I figured it out. Anyways, so as a broker, we all know that you have loads listed and we all leave at a certain time. And so if somebody calls after hours, we don't take cars. We don't take the call. Anyways, so last Thursday, I believe it was, I got a call or a text after hours wanting the car I had listed out of, I think that says IAA. Was it IAA, Janice?
Yes.
IAA. And of course we were closed. I didn't take the phone call. I usually don't even have that phone on me after hours because you will not believe the amount of texts and calls I get all night till 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning because people have no respect. So anyways, back to my other thing where they definitely had no respect. So I get a call the next morning from a company, the same company had been texting me for this load saying, I picked up your car. I need you to give me the contract. So I'm like, what the hell are they talking about? So I call this company up. They picked up the car. I said, how the hell did you take my car? He goes, I Googled it. I said, what do you mean you Googled it? I said, you have to have a stock number, that kind of thing. He goes, I Googled it and figured it out. I said, how is that even possible to do that? So he sends me a picture of first the partial VIN number, not the full VIN number. And just so everybody knows, you have to have the full VIN number to be able to look up the stock number. Okay, so what I thought he had done was you can see that you're missing part of the VIN. So I thought he went inside the IAA, which this could all have happened to, but this is just my guesstimate at the time, and asked for the rest of the VIN, and somebody was nice or they knew somebody there because they were already there picking up another car. Anyways, once you got the full VIN, then you can put in the full VIN and you can find the stock number. I don't know if I should tell anybody this stuff because it is legit. You can do this, but these people literally stole my car and then called me up and told me to dispatch it to them. So as I went off and explained to them, Doesn't work like that. I choose who takes my car. You don't choose who takes my car. And he could not understand why I was so upset. I'm sure most brokers would understand why I am so upset. And secondly, like I told him, I don't have to tell you where it's going. You basically stole that car. You need to take it back. Because I said to him, I said, you don't know where it's going. Well, it's going to Andover, Kansas. I said, but you know nothing else. That customer bought that car through a company. It doesn't give you addresses or phone numbers or anything like that. And when I kept saying to him that he stole the car, he kept saying, no, we didn't. I said, were you contracted? Did you have a contract to pick up that car? No. Then you stole the car. And I explained to him, I said, not only am I calling the cops, I'm also calling IEA. I'm also calling FMCSA. I said, you don't do stuff like this. Now, here's the worst part of it. This is a brand new company. They only had like 11 ratings. I don't know if I would have worked with them or not. That's kind of a moot point since I wasn't given the option. They just chose to do whatever they wanted to do. I did get a call from the driver who begged me to let him keep the car. And I asked him what his dispatcher's problem was. And he told me that his dispatcher must have a broken head, which I completely agreed with and said, you are correct. He was in already Salt Lake City. This picked up in Boise, Idaho. And the only reason I let them have it was because the driver was so upset by what this guy had done. I did go get an insurance cert off of them, and I did get all the paperwork off of them before I let them continue, before they had to take it back. I still am turning them into the FMCSA because what they did was illegal. And for some reason, this dispatcher did not think it was illegal. He literally said to me when I said, why would you think you could do something like that? And he said, you didn't answer the phone. I said, I don't care if I didn't answer the phone. We have business hours. And he said, I'm a dispatcher. I had to get my driver loaded and I had to work fast. I said, well, you worked illegally. And I said, I've been a dispatcher and a broker for 20 years. I would have never thought to do that, even to customers that I know. Would I have done anything like that? Because I know for a fact that nobody would let me haul for you again. And I said, and you're lucky somebody isn't going to jail right now. So anyways, needless to say, that's a first for me. I've never had that happen, but I did experiment with what they did, and you can do it. I don't recommend you doing it, but you can do it. And I figured out how they got the last 6 of the VIN too. You can, you're silent.
We thought it was thank you. We thought it was an inside job. It was
Yes.
not. You figured it
No,
out.
I mean, I don't think it's an inside job.
Wow.
I experimented with one of my other customers' cars, and I had a partial VIN. I put it, well, first thing I did is, it's without a VIN number. This is what I did. I put in, I had a car, where did I check in Florida or something?
Yeah.
I put in that there was a certain kind of car in Florida at the IA, wherever it said online. It comes up. Now, I don't know if this works with all of them. You know, the outside companies that buy cars for individuals, like Ride Safely, and there's some Bid Now, like outside.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I think they call them consigners and stuff
Yes.
like that.
So that's
Okay.
the reason why I think this works, by the way. And I think that's the reason why it worked for them, because it was through Bid Now. So then you could bring up Bid Now, and it brings you up multiple cars, okay? And you find yours, and it gives you the full VIN. It gives you the last 6 of the VIN. So then when you put in the whole VIN number of the car and you put in IA or something, I can't remember what I put in, it gave me the stock number. So yes, you can do that. I don't
Whoa.
recommend doing it, but it can be done.
Wow.
Yeah, scary, huh? Now, it didn't work. I didn't try it on Copart. I only tried it on IAA. Because Copart wouldn't work. We all know why. You have to have a PIN number and you have to make an appointment. IAA, you don't have to. So I could see where IEA has been seriously thinking about doing the same thing as Copart's been doing. I could see
They're
why.
going to need to tighten things up.
Yeah.
Like right now, you know what I've learned? Oh my God. You know what I've been learning? This is
What?
crazy. These shows that I'm making
Mm-hmm.
are now more and more. Somebody's like, oh my God, somebody's going to see that. Take it all down.
Don't want anybody to know it.
Well, yeah, we're entering, and what's weird is Trump, the other night, he's reading through a list of wasteful $1 million programs nationwide.
Right.
And I'm like, he can do that, but you can't talk about another automotive business for a minute? Like, what is going on?
Yeah, exactly.
This is the most sensitive industry. Oh my God, the snowflakes in automotive. There, I said it. Automotive is so snowflakey, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
There, I said it. Okay. FMCSA pushed TQL to drop broker transparency contract waivers.
Whoa.
In at least one instance, the FMCSA in 2023 explicitly told mega broker TQL, aka Superflake, snowflakes? Oh, sorry guys, to provide broker transparency documentation as required under the regulations. What's more, new documents show the agency suggested TQL's waiver clause in its carrier contract, forcing carriers to waive rights, could be a violation of U.S. code.
Wow.
No way, they're a broker. You can't say that. You guys are so mean. It's unbelievable.
So when did they actually pass the broker transparency law?
So they're still working on this
okay.
stuff.
Yeah.
And brokers like, but we're just. It's amazing. The broker scam is unbelievable. And I know. Listen. Okay, let me stop that. There are legitimate dispatchers. There are legitimate brokers. There's
Right.
legitimate carriers, school teachers, firefighters, and everything else. But there's also legitimate politicians somewhere in the universe. Right?
Right.
There must be. But we know politicians and brokers, there's a whole big bag of bullshitters in both of those bags. There, I said it. And it's not just the little foreigners over the pond. There, I said that too. In fact, speaking of, car transport thieves arrested in Miami Beach. 3 men have been arrested. So they're catching them. Rolls-Royce, Detroit, stolen transport. And then they put up the mug shots, and then, you can print your own mug shots and throw darts and have fun at home with the kids. Investigators revealed that the thieves across the U.S. are now targeting dispatchers and transporters, gaining access to computer systems of delivery companies to change order destinations. Here's the joke. This is in the news, but, shoot, man. It's going to be fine. Oh, yeah, another news story? Nask, come on. You're going to be fine.
Another country? What happened?
Oh, yeah. You'll be fine.
They got told to take it to a port, didn't they, instead?
But fraud, it's not a big deal, Sue. Don't get excited. Don't go looking at load boards. Hey, it's good. It's all good. Here, you'll love this one. Carriers can spoof a location. Fraud prevention's been a top priority for carriers, for Fuel Cards DOT. Carriers are increasingly under pressure to provide Amazon-like real-time tracking. I said, what could go wrong? Same-day car delivery. Sounds awesome. Bring me a pizza while you're at it. Carriers may overpromise capacity to secure more business. You think? By the way, how does 1 in 20 giant brokers that spend $1 million at a trade show, okay, sorry, maybe 500 grand. How do they compete? Well, they overpromise, of course. Well, what could go wrong when you overpromise? Well, carriers use various approaches to spoof a location. There's an app for that. Carriers can use GPS spoofing apps and GPS itinerary apps. The more common and simplest ways is the GPS spoofing app. Just Google it. There's an app called Fake GPS Location by Alexa. That's right, that's Fake GPS Location by Alexa with over 50 million downloads. What? It reads, teleport your phone to any place in the world with 2 clicks. This app sets up fake GPS locations, so every other app in your phone believes you are there. Did you know about this? I'm not in Rome. Android and iPhone emulators are used for similar reasons. Then you go into VOP. I'm telling you, man, it is crazy what is going on. I did not know carriers could spoof their location. So even though, see, here's the best part. Even though you've promised your client you can track your carriers, what if it's not true? Well, I'm looking at the dot right here. He's in Texarkana. No, he ain't. He's in Albany. Or is he in Chicago? Where is he? So now you're going to have to rely on technology that detects fake carrier spoofing GPS. This is awesome, dude. Awesome. Need a dispatcher? Call Sue. 417-273-0021.
No.
Go to murphyauto-transport-services.com.
Okay, well, I'm going to call to make sure.
You know what? Here's what's cool, live chat. You're one of 10 people getting this information. Everybody else is just skipping around and talking about, I don't know what they're doing. I have no idea what they're doing, but it's, you know what they're doing? They're talking about leadership and all this cool LinkedIn neato stuff. Go to ATIautobusiness.com. Get the podcast. Don't tell anybody. This is super awesome information. You don't want your friends to know. Do me a favor, stick around. Right after this, we're going to be live with David. If none of this surprised you, wait until he builds a TMS with AI. Right back.
Are you completely stressed out from all the calls and the contracts and the verifications of loads where nobody ever answers the phone? Call Murphy Auto Dispatch Services today. Murphy Auto Dispatch Services has over 15 years in the transport industry. We are your office while you are on the road. We book, we verify, and we bill out your loads for you. We have an excellent accounting staff and an even better dispatch team. Give us a call today at 417-273-0021, or if you want to email me, it's murphyautotransport31@yahoo.com. Give us a call today.
Sue at Murphy Auto Transport Services runs a professional dispatch office, and she helps keep carriers loaded. Do you need help shipping a car or staying loaded? Visit murphyautotransportservices.com. Fully licensed broker, professional dispatcher, and all-around great gal. Hey, David. How you doing?
Good to see everyone. Sue, sorry to hear you're not feeling well. I've been a little under the weather myself. But yeah, everyone, glad to see everyone doing well.
Yeah.
She's
Nice
doing
to meet you.
great. When I got right before the show, I texted her and I thought, oh my gosh. I was like, stay off camera, take NyQuil, turn all the fans on. And she's fine. She's doing great. She's killing it. So, all right, David, we've talked a couple times. What were we talking about?
As usual, most of our conversations, we start off on one topic and we end up, discussing a bunch of different things. But I don't know. AI is, one of those buzzwords that you hear. And then, I'm not like an AI professional. I don't call myself AI consultant or anything. I just love playing with these tools and I like making them tangible for folks. And so, during our last call, I was just showing you like, oh, this is kind of a cool idea. What do you think about it? And then here we are.
I said that AI is like a hot tub. It's real hot at first. It burns you. You're like, and hot tub and all that. But then you dip a toe in and you're like, wait a minute. This is kind of nice. This is really different. Soon your whole body's in there and you're loving it.
I'm laughing because it's
AI. Exactly. All right. Well, so that is actually, okay. So this is kind of neat. I was playing around with some new YouTube AI.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody that watches my stuff on LinkedIn, which is like 2 people, has seen, I just launched a new weird, you want to see this weird video I made?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, this is really weird.
Because I've been messing with it too for different things. So yeah.
I didn't have this queued up, so give me a second.
With hands, losses to the neck, but now I'm trophied up. I'm saying like, bing, bop, boom, 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 bop, bam.
That's it. That's the video.
With hands, losses to the neck, but now I'm trophied up. I'm saying like, bing, bop, boom, 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 bop, bam.
What did you use to make this?
Right, exactly. Right? Now, I'm going to do this. Because I know I'm being trolled, I am being trolled. But actually, I'm going to say it. You want to hear something? A client I had is now working with another media organization in automotive, and they're literally copying my style now for my ex-client.
Wow.
Isn't that awesome? That's awesome. And so I'm not going to tell you how I did it,
Okay.
because I alone had that. I've seen a few, and this is what's really weird about AI. AI allows you to suddenly leapfrog in a way you didn't even know possible. Because there's no way I could have made that video until I learned exactly how to do it. And the way I learned was I got invited to a webinar, which is another reason why I'm always telling people, go to webinars. I go to all kinds of crazy webinars. I'll do insurance webinars. I don't care what it is. That's actually how I know so much, because I've spent decades attending really weird webinars, right? You get a piece of mail. Hey, come to this lobby, get a steak, sit in for an hour. I'm like, yeah, I'm there.
Okay,
And I got a steak.
make sure
But
I'll make
yeah,
that
so
noise.
that's pretty weird. But what you're talking about is like that. Did you see the DeepSeek article on the auto transport pricing from Big Fella Auto Express?
I did.
What'd you think of that?
I just think we're going to see more and more use cases of these tools. I think, whether you're debating the model or the accuracy or just the usability of them, I mean, they're going to be everywhere. I forgot who was on the show, but the guy said it was something like AI was like electricity or something like that, was just kind of going to be everywhere. That's how I think about it. The hard part for a lot of folks is like, okay, what does this mean for me, right? And I don't know if people are really like understanding the ways and applications in which they can use it to like enhance, whether it's their own workflows, their own thinking processes, like, you hear kind of the typical stuff like writing emails or whatever, but like if you could buy back like an hour per day using some AI or automation, like what do you do with that extra 20 hours in a month? Like how many more drivers could you manage? How much more, business? You're on mute, I think, if you're.
I muted her. Yeah, I muted her because I heard Janice was booking a load. Come on, Janice.
Okay, now can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, no, I totally get it.
Yeah, so I think a lot of like what I'm really passionate about is just making it tangible for folks. I'm not like some
See, that's
person
the
using
thing,
the buzzword to gain
Exactly.
any, fame or anything. It's just like, here's what you guys can do, like knock
Right,
yourself out.
I'm going to hit pause because right now, I know it. I know there's somebody in the live chat or watching on demand or yelling at somebody else that doesn't think that it's for them. Right now, now I sound like one of those late night infomercials. But John, wait. But I used 3 AI programs yesterday. One of them two of them I had never used before. And I was able to kind of stumble through it, and I ended up with something that I liked. That's weird. And it's just going to keep on growing. So here's what I want you to do. Tell us a little bit more, and then share your screen and show something, right?
Sure. Just one quick note on that. I think like one of the biggest insights that I've had probably over the past, say 2 to 3 months playing with these tools is that kind of when you go into any AI product and you're like typing in, you're like, this isn't the result I want. And then by the time you're getting the result you want, it could be an hour. I think there's a lot of different ways that people can approach these things to get to those results faster. It's just, there's no school for this. There's no like, this is, if I'm trying to write content, this is how I should prompt an AI, or if I'm writing an email, or if I'm trying to brainstorm a strategy, like those distinctions start to matter. But once you crack the code, or at least get, some idea of how to be more efficient working with these tools, it's just an incredible game changer. Like it saved me so much time. And so, yeah, I just want to share that with everyone. But yeah, let me share my screen.
And I'm going to give an example. So Kimberly, she's my lovely partner, and I was telling her, I was like, hey, use ChatGPT for this. It's easy. And she started to, and that was a few weeks ago. And then yesterday I was talking to her, and she was talking about something. She's like, oh, I totally used ChatGPT. It literally saved me at least an hour. I'm like, there you go. Like, it's nuts what you can. It's all about prompting. So if like, and here's a real world example. Okay, and this is going to lead into what you're going to show. You're a carrier. You want to build a website. Okay, right there, you're like, you just want to slam 2 beers and run off. Not anymore. Go to an AI tool and say, I am a carrier. I haul cars in Kentucky. Help me build a website. Click.
Do we want to run with that example?
Yeah, man. I mean, it's crazy.
Let me
let's do
see. All right, can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
So just as a quick disclaimer, I am just a guy. Like, I am
Right.
someone who's passionate about this. I have no affiliation with this company, or, I'm not getting paid by them. I don't work for them. These are just my thoughts, and I just want to share with the audience. So, I'm trying to remember. Are we building? Yeah, we're building a carrier website, a TMS. Like, what?
Yeah, let's start with carrier website, and then we'll go to TMS. Yeah, let's do that. And yeah, for anybody watching, this is unplanned.
Yeah, so
Yes.
let's talk through it. Like, I own a automotive trucking company, and I ship cars in the,
This is
I don't know,
kinda like what I
Southwest,
did.
or where are we shipping cars?
Just how
Let's say what? Yeah, you tell them, Sue.
well, no, I was just saying I did something similar to this to build my other website just the other day, and it built it all for me. Yeah.
Yeah,
There you
great.
go. Yeah.
Okay. And I ship cars all over the United States.
But my home base is Kentucky.
There you go.
All right. All right, what do we want in our navigation bar?
And there's somebody like, wait, you guys planned Kentucky. You pick, put a state in the live chat, and David will type that in. But we'll keep going.
And
So
while
we'll
we're
get
doing
that-
that, what's our fictitious company name?
Lewis is the best trucking. He's in the live chat.
So we have
I'm telling you, I don't know why people skip this show live. This show's the best. All right.
a navigation bar with, I don't know,
Navigation bar with, yeah. Oh,
about
right.
us,
Okay, about us, coverage area,
coverage areas, which
clients we serve,
clients we serve, and maybe like
and
testimonials.
pricing
Okay,
and booking. I don't know. I'm making it up, right?
pricing. Say booking and testimonials.
Oh, nice.
So maybe to start, we can just set this up. We'll say set up the navigation bar. Do we want it on the top of the page,
Yeah, that's normal.
and put a placeholder
And a logo.
each? Oh yeah, page with a logo on the top right.
And I maybe I don't have a logo. Can this thing help me build a logo?
I don't know if it can generate images or not, but
Yeah,
if you
okay.
have an image, you could pass it to it.
And this is what's interesting. There's so many different types of AI that do different things, right? Just like,
Hold on. We are
people. I don't know. Good one, Jay.
building building something cool. So you guys are gonna have to help me fill in the awkward silence while it's generating all the code. But
Right.
yeah, I just think these tools are really amazing just because, while I do understand.
Okay. It's built. Okay, you know what? To you, it's awkward silence. To anybody else, it's like, what? Wait a
Yeah,
minute.
I'm
It's
looking at it going,
writing
whoa.
code.
It didn't show me any of this stuff. It just built my website.
What? Yeah. Wait a minute. What?
Oh, it's probably because I had preview. I didn't put code.
Okay,
I
that's,
got it.
okay, right, gotcha.
So
All
let's
right,
go.
so cool. We got the preview. Yeah,
Let's go can you guys see the website now?
yeah.
You see it loading?
Well,
It's coming
yeah,
up.
Yeah, there we
Yep.
go.
We've
Yeah,
got
we
about
go.
us,
About
coverage
us.
areas, clients
Wow.
we serve, and it's just got placeholders for now, right?
Right.
And at minimum, you have, is that HTML code that it just wrote?
Yeah, just pure HTML right now.
Okay,
Wow.
that right there, the fact that it just wrote your HTML code. Now, someone's going to say, well, I have Wix.
Wendy Trans.
Yeah, what about?
Yeah, I mean,
And Wix is great, right?
I think the website use case, I mean, we could go through it. Like there's some, more complex functionality you can put, but for this example, like, I don't know, just to do it quickly, like putting, what do we want to put on the About Us page?
We are a carrier of over 20 trucks, and we've been in business for over 50 years. Our drivers are honest, and our prices are fair. Call us. And as you're seeing too, I want to point out, you're seeing prompting. When you're working with AI, the first thing to know is that you have to prompt it. But if you do, and you'll get better at prompting, you'll get better results. And that was actually part of the webinar that I saw. There was a whole section just on prompting, which is interesting. And what it appealed to me is prompting is kind of like writing. Well, that's what you're doing. Right, yeah. There you go. And so if you're a good creative writer, you're going to be a good creative prompter, which actually might help you understand where you're moving to in your job.
So, yeah, one of the biggest things that I've learned, I have a friend, Nicolas. He's a Colombian economist and also an incredible writer. And some of the posts that he talks about on LinkedIn are along the lines of your ability to articulate your thoughts will enable you to better use these tools like AI. So it's kind of like a window into how your mind works. So if you're, not getting the answers that you want out of AI, it's either, some sort of the way you're structuring it. But the better you get at writing, the better you get at distilling your thoughts, being concise, being precise, the better results you get from these tools. So I'm going to go back over here. Let's refresh. See what's going on. About us. Boom. All right. So we got that. We got the fake phone number. You were looking at this on, your mobile phone, click and call. And there's that. Yeah.
So you literally, and this is not Wix. Again, you're building from scratch. Somebody's going to say, what are you using, right? What are you using right now?
Yeah, this tool is called bolt.new. There are several out there like this. Again, like great for prototyping. I know there's probably some engineer that's on the other side, like this is not production ready or what, and I get it.
Yeah, right.
Which is fine, but like I've used this tool to build, simple workflows for me that, again, shave an hour off of my day, 2 hours off of my day, or at least make something that I'm doing incredibly easier when I previously needed like a developer or something to build it. And
now hold on,
I don't
guys.
know how to code.
Wait a minute. We're not talking about loads and truck stops and stuff. Isn't that what we need to get back to?
Sure. Do you want to try?
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. My point is, there's already the competition out there is crazy, and I don't know if volume's going to go up. I mean, how would it? How's capacity going to go up? Capacity is the amount of loads available. Capacity ain't going up. If these tariffs come through, I mean, it is going to really mess up the hope that capacity would continue to grow. So capacity is not going up. It's when it's musical chairs, you have to differentiate.
Well, and I think to that point, Jay, it's like with these tools, these are kind of the ways you differentiate, because like for Sue, if you're able to manage 5, 10 more drivers without having to bring anyone on because you're leveraging AI and automation in some capacity, that's your advantage. You're able to be quicker, faster, more efficient because of your ability to work with these tools or to empower either your staff or to save time. Like there's a lot of use cases. I really believe like we're just limited to our creativity here.
So, perfect transition. Let's go to the TMS.
All right, let's start back over.
Now, while David's setting up the prompt, I had a phone call with David. I don't know. I think we first talked a week ago, and then we talked another time, and he's like, "Hey, check this out. I can actually build a TMS. It takes a little bit of time. It's kind of like those cooking shows where they build really big recipe casseroles, and first they do all the ingredients. That takes 20 minutes, and then they throw it in the oven, and then there's another one in the oven, and they show you that, and like, hey, this is what it comes out as. Anyways, as he works on the beginning of the prompting, David, talk us through, what are you prompting here in TMS 101?
Right now, typically similar to the website, I just kind of start with like the bare bones of what would be on a TMS. It's been a while since I've been inside of a TMS or remember, so I'm going to need your guys' help. I'm just designing the first few pages and we're just like iterate our way towards like some features, functionality that could be cool to see what's possible.
All right, so you type and Sue and I will talk.
Yeah, so we got a dashboard, loads, carriers. I'm not sure what else would make sense.
And I muted you, Sue. What do we need? Here we are. We're going to build our TMS. What do we need? Loads.
Carriers, dashboard.
Okay, so then we have now. This would be like a dispatch dashboard, right? Is that where we are? Right? We're not building a load board. We're building a TMS where we can manage our loads.
Is that yes?
Is that right?
I mean, for the sake of brevity, I don't want to.
No, right? Exactly. I know. Yeah. Right.
If we just have this for now, like we can.
Okay.
Yeah.
Dashboards, loads, carriers.
Yeah.
All right, let's start there.
Okay.
And also, I probably should have told it where to put the navigation. We'll see.
Oh, and here's what I want you to do, David. What blew my mind was the prompting you did last time.
Mm-hmm.
Sue, what he prompted looked exactly like one of the companies that sells a TMS.
Oh.
And he didn't do that on purpose, I don't think. And that's what really struck me. Is I thought, wait a second. If David just typed some stuff into AI and built a TMS, the beginning of a TMS, of a company that we know that charges, where does this go? Because why pay for a TMS if you can build your own?
Right.
And there are some trade-offs. I mean, this is not to say
right.
That they don't have
end all be all.
Yeah. Like I respect the work that folks are doing. It's not to say like you replace them because there is, like any software, you have to manage it and
But you could do this for your own company though.
Right, exactly. And you know what this is? You can 3D print stuff, so you didn't have to go to the store and buy it. It's not that much different.
So let's see.
But you still go to the store and buy some stuff. I mean, you're not gonna 3D print everything.
So let's see where we put it. Okay, so we've got simple dashboard created. You'll see the components here at the top: active loads, available carriers, revenue, load revenue, recent activity. Again, this is all mock-up data. Let's see if it generated anything else. So it's got. This is pretty cool. I don't know if you guys can see this, but you can search your load. So let's see if this works. 1, 2, 3. Let's apply the filter. Okay, maybe that's not working, but at least we have
David, did you put in all these loads on here already?
No, this is just mock-up data, but the
really?
I just generated it for us.
That's crazy.
Yeah, exactly. So what if you connected this to your actual database?
That's the part. So with these tools, you can actually do that. I've built, some personal projects where I connected to like a Google, some database, and then I can just query and ask questions about what's in my data. But let's say, all right, this dashboard is fine, but let's say I want to go back, like I want to include a trending chart underneath the top components that shows the last month's trend of, I don't know, load volume. I want to add 2 more components that show alerts and notifications, as well as, I don't know, what else might we want to see? Um,
And I'm thinking, like, I mean, if you could connect it to Alexa and then you could talk to it, I don't know, right? I don't know.
we'll let it decide.
Oh,
Want to
okay.
include a trending chart underneath the top components that show the last month trend. Oh, wow. So, yeah, you're getting reports. I want to add 2 more components that show alerts and notifications of loads that need to get picked up ASAP.
Oh.
Because, right, then we think of, well, what are our biggest problems? And the biggest problems are if we get, if we have too much happening to, sift through Excel sheets, we need AI to help let us know what needs to be done first. Which is interesting because
Well, I think that's kind of where
that's
some
like
of
a
the
GPU scheduler thing.
well, that's where some of the interesting cases become. Like, I don't think any of these tools that you build on here will be some sort of like I said, production ready. But if you're somebody that's on Excel and you can tinker your way around these tools to get to a point where you're at least outside of Excel and you can put some sort of automation together to make your
Yeah.
business easier to track, like I see that as a immediate win for folks. Like maybe you don't need an entire TMS, but what could you build for a fraction of the cost that gets you out of Excel?
Yeah.
Um, like I don't know. So let's see. Let's go back. Let's see what it created. Let's connect.
And it's funny, like I can't imagine, like I wouldn't want to do this either. This isn't for everybody to sit and do this. But it is for some people. And so it is doable. There are now tools available that will let some people realize their dreams of making stuff quickly.
Yeah, so as you can see here, it added this like cool little load volume trend. Again, this is all mock-up data, but um, I think this is pretty neat.
Yeah.
And in fact, what I wanted to say was, okay, let's say I work at a software company. Should my team be using more AI to build great new features faster? Is that what we should do to keep it right? Because if individuals can do this, then we need to step it up and release great features even faster, and we can use AI to help us do that. Is that right?
It's hard for me to say just because I'm not an engineer.
Okay.
I could imagine if you are great at prompting and you understand engineering principles, that yeah, you would be able to. I think really what these tools do is, if you're able to leverage them, whatever you're already doing, you can do 10 times faster. So whether it's engineering, whether it's creative writing, whether it's, coming up with strategies, data analysis, like if you're good at those at a specific skill set, that's how I view these tools. Not so much that it replaces anyone, but what I would say is that, the more hours you log in these tools and get really good with them, I think there's going to be this huge divide, because folks doing things the analog way will start to get outpaced pretty significantly by the folks that are using these tools.
Yeah, I want to add. I want to say this. I want to add a little bit. I'm gonna take the screen back and we'll just talk for a little bit, and then we'll let you go after that. Is that? Oh, that's not what I wanted. I'm not really. I know that I come off bombastic or whatever. I'm not trying to freak people out, but I am becoming more aware, just individually, that the impact of AI, there's all these tools, and it's one of those things. ChatGPT has already been out, what, 2 years?
About, yeah.
And there's going to be a lot of people like, so what? Who cares? And there were people that said that about the internet too, right? And at one point, at a certain point, they're like, holy shit, I'm not on the internet, right? That's kind of where I'm coming from, is this is the next internet. That's not meant to sound splashy. It is true.
I mean, it's tough. It's tough. Like when again, just because we don't know what we can do, right? It's like like for me, if I have any task that I'm trying to do, I'm always using AI to help me sort through my thoughts. So I'm like, okay, I have this problem. Help me ideate over this problem. Okay, now we have a strategy, a solution. Okay, now let's go like figure out, is that solution possible? Okay, now that it's possible, let's plan it out. Now that it's planned out, let's break it down into tasks. And it's just like it's like my project manager, it's my consultant, and it helps me implement, whatever I'm doing, whether it's writing content, whether it's, sending an email to a colleague, whether it's, drafting a LinkedIn, like whatever. But it's just really the more you get to more like systems thinking, structured thinking, being really articulate and structuring in your thoughts and your prompts, the more you get out of it. And I think, like I said, there's people like myself, others that I know who are spending 4, 5, 6 hours sometimes when they're, related to their projects, and they're just getting really efficient at working with these tools. And you're going to see that compounding effect in the coming years. We're like, oh, I'm just starting to use it, and there's some guy over there who's been using it for like 5,000 hours already. And that's where you're going to see kind of this
where the guy,
divide. Yeah.
The AI electricity guy said, it's a river. AI is a river. If you put your canoe in now, you'll be further down the river when someone else just puts their canoe in. Mm-hmm. And if you wait to put your canoe in, you can never catch the guy that did it a year ago. Which is weird. So how does a carrier, let's go to, I think it's the people that, it's people that work with their hands that are like, well, how am I going to use AI? Like a driver that's loading a car right now. How can that driver use AI? And is it things like dispatch minds, or, what can they do? They're not trying to replace anybody, but they want to maximize their time. For example, all right, how about this? Sue, you have a driver. Mm-hmm. You guys know that there's like 10 phone calls you need to make right now. Okay. How can Sue and her driver use AI to make 10 phone calls right now that they don't have to? And maybe that's not doable, but we just have to think that way.
Maybe a clarifying question. Where are the phone calls? Are they for customers booking? Like,
I'm assuming he means like if I'm verifying first, right, Jay, and then the driver calling to let them know they're on their way.
That's a good one. And in fact, I didn't mean to do this, but Tuesday night, I'm doing a demo of Draver AI Agent. Mm-hmm. And one of the scenarios that we're going to do live is I'm going to talk to the AI, and it's AI. Scenario 1, I think, is a dealership sending a Draver driver to a consumer's house to pick up a car, and they're just making sure that the consumer's ready to go. Yeah. Which is that's a scenario, right? You have to call, hey, residential customer.
Right.
Right. And how long does that phone call take? It could take 15 minutes.
If they answer the phone.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. And the AI, if they don't answer the phone, calls them back in another minute and a half or whatever. Right? And you don't have to do that.
That'd be very nice.
Right?
Yeah.
Oh,
if it said so, well, the only thing is you can't
That'd
answer certain questions. Yeah. So.
Well, now that's what's interesting, and that's the demo. I'm going to talk to the AI, and I'm going to act like a residential customer.
Okay.
Okay.
You're gonna say I'm
I'm
going
going
to
to
get my
try to
hair
throw
done?
it off a little bit. Hey, yeah, exactly. Hey, no, I'm getting my hair done. Hold on,
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
But that's where we're headed, like with these AI agents. Wouldn't that be great? Like, intern dispatcher making phone calls just to verify loads.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, even we don't even know what solutions that the AI could come up with. Like a lot of times I'll start with just brainstorming, like, I have this problem. Help me come up with some creative solutions to solve it in my business. And that could just be the
Okay.
starting point. It's like, oh, well, maybe you actually could go through this. Maybe you could do that. And like that's where
Okay.
a driver could use that right away.
So here's what I want you to do. I want you to share your screen, and I want you, because you did this, and that blew my mind too. You can say to AI, "Hey AI, what AI tools can I use to help me solve this problem?" Am I right about that? You can do that, right?
Yeah, yeah. Wait, so what did you want me to do exactly?
So you're going to ask AI, what AI tools could I use? And I took your screen away so I can't
Oh,
see it. What AI tools can I use to make phone calls to customers to make sure their car is ready for pickup with the care, right? I think you can say, and I think the AI will recommend potential AI tools you could use, right?
Yeah.
yeah, so I'll set the
And
context.
that's what makes this really nuts. Is it's not like looking in an encyclopedia and the page is what it is. The AI will talk to you and start to answer questions that you couldn't answer.
Uh,
And that's what I've been doing with ChatGPT. I've asked ChatGPT things that I literally don't know the answer, and it gives me the answer, like right away. I'm like, well, that's crazy. And then I'll say, summarize that answer. Okay, I want you to write that summary in 50 characters. Okay, I want you to bullet point. I want you to create 3 bullet points from that summary. Make each bullet point 20 characters. It's crazy. It's absolutely crazy. No human being could do. That's what it gets to. That's what excites me about it. I know. I'm sorry.
no, it's interesting. Like, sorry, I'm trying to prompt and talk at the
No,
same
no, I know.
time.
You're prompting. I can't
Yeah.
prompt and talk. That'll be the next meme.
Work for,
Here, we'll enjoy a video while you do that.
I can never. It always exposes my spelling whenever I'm using it.
That's all right. I took the screen.
Okay.
We're going to do my crazy video again. Love this video. Here we go.
With hands, losses to the neck, but now I'm trophied up. I'm saying like, bing, bop, boom, 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 bop, bam.
That's how fast AI works. Okay. All right. I took your screen. You can take it back. And then we'll wrap this show up here shortly. We're almost done.
Sure. One thing. So let's see what it
If you're
comes up
still with us, it's awesome.
Can you
And
still
that's
see
a
my
long
screen?
show. We can see it, yes.
All right. So while we were talking, I wanted to see if I could throw in a little messaging feature, right? So we're gonna do this.
Oh, there you go. That's smart. Yeah, I want it inside the TMS.
So we're
That's
gonna
it.
look at load L1235. And so I'm just going to go in here. I'm going to ask let's hope this works. First off, we'll see though. What is the status of load? Boom, boom, boom. Then pending. Let's go back and check. 1, 2, 3, 5, pending.
It's pending, yeah.
Did you guys
So then
follow
you
that?
could you say it's a residential customer in Seattle. Can you call them and see if it's ready for pickup?
If we had like right now, it's just mock-up data.
I know, right?
But
How
assuming
about
like,
can you recommend an AI plugin that could help me call? Is that
oh
something
yeah,
you type
sorry,
that?
we're going back to that.
Yeah.
So yeah, cloud-based phone systems, Twilio, RingCentral, Grasshopper, intelligent call automation
Okay.
and CRM,
Yep.
call
I've
tracking
heard
and
of Twilio.
analytics, CallRail, Just Call,
Wow,
additional.
so it's recommending AI programs that'll do that.
Right.
Wow, cool.
So typically what I would do, like if I was
Can you type which one's the cheapest?
which one? Let's see. Categorize these by price, ease of implementation, and what else might someone care about? Let's see. Let's just do price and
I was
ease.
just gonna say I like those. I like that. Okay, so it's thinking it through, and you're in Chat GPT right now. Yep.
Yeah, and you can, I
Yep.
mean, again, you can use, there's a million of these. Like,
Sure.
I don't really see a difference. It just depends on
So,
the task. But
have you used DeepSeek?
yes, I have. To me, it was, it's a great tool. Just like all of them. I think I like once you play with enough of these, you realize it's more important to like structure your workflows and your prompting skills than it is the actual model itself. Some do certain tasks better than others, but in general, for me, it's just how do I structure things? How do I break it down? A good example would be like if you're writing a prompt for an email, you can add like the subject, you can have it write everything, or you could just have it focus on this is what it's about, and I just want you to write the subject. Really good at that. But once you tell it to write an entire email, it's kind of like the subject is okay, the body of the message is and then it's got a great call to action. And you're like, I don't like this, rewrite it. And then now the call to action is kind of iffy, but the subject line you like, and then the body is still okay. And kind of once I understood, like if I can break it down into like I'm just writing the subject line. Now I just want to write the first sentence. Now write the body. Now write the CTA. And kind of add some prompts to make sure that they all connect and transition well. That's when I get the best results. So I don't know, just some of the things that I've noticed working with these tools and these models. Yeah.
So while you're talking, I pulled up Just Call because that was one of the recommendations, and I mean, like, yeah, it seems like there's a lot of inbound call tools. I wonder if there's out. I mean, there must be outbound call tools, and it seems like okay, there's inbound contact center. Okay, outbound. This seems like this might work. So if we were to create an account, connect this to our new TMS AI, we could potentially tell Just Call to call some of our pickup contacts to make sure their vehicles are ready for pickup and then update the TMS.
I think that what I've seen with all
What
of
the?
these tools, I'm going to stop sharing my screen because I can't see
Yeah.
if that's
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, all of this is possible. I think that's the cool part, right? Like I said, I'm not an engineer. I don't write code. I can ask GPT in a way to get to the point where I can say, I know what Just Call needs. I know what this tool that I just showed you needs. And then we can get to the end result. But that's just because I've been banging my head against these tools for the past 2 years. And I think that kind of capability is what, I hope others, get to and understand what's possible because these things can have a real impact. Like you said, if you're someone you're trying to figure out even just simple things like I own a truck and I'm trying to scale up to 5 trucks, like help me come up with a game plan, help me figure out, what do I need to consider? What am I not thinking about? How do I handle things like my finances? How do I grow this, and build relationships with brokers and dealerships and all these things? And like that information is no longer like in a silo in somebody's head. You're no longer leaning on the guy that's, oh, he grew to 5 trucks, so he's like the expert. It's like, no. These tools are right here in your hand. And you can use them. It's just your ability to work with them and get the best results.
And I wanted to add this is that the point of that demonstration with the calls is that if we can take those menial tasks, those time-taking hair appointment residential pickup tasks, and automate that Now we have time to book more loads for more car haulers, and then we can make more money.
Exactly.
Isn't that the whole point?
That's what I was saying to Sue earlier. Like if you could save an hour per day with some AI or automation, because there is a difference, right? But if you could save those 5 hours per week, what are you doing with the extra 20 hours a month to grow your business? You know, that's where it becomes really potent. And again, going back to another point I made earlier, is like we're really just limited by our creativity. So I always tell people, like, if there's something you're doing either repetitively or something that you don't like doing or something that you wish you could delegate or, you know, anything like that, you know, there's probably a way you could come up with some solution. It's pretty lightweight using tools like I just showed and demoed today. That would really make a difference. Yeah.
This is Tuesday night show. So it's with Draver, and we're going to talk about superhuman support. I actually came up with that teaser. Draver AI logistics agent, and I'm going to talk to an agent because this is, so then we get to, okay, then we get into the weeds. Well, when we talk to AI agents or whatever, you know, there's an irritation factor. Like, oh God, right? This thing's a piece of crap, right? What if it's not a piece of crap? What if the AI is programmed so good that it picks up on your nuances? Also, I noticed this because I saw someone else do a demo, not Draver, it was something else. And as soon as they knew it was AI, they were like, when are you going to pick up my car? You know, like it's this human drain. Your soul's gone. And if we can get beyond that, and I think people will get beyond that, whether you're checking your bank statement or calling for an oil change, if the AI acts like a person, talks to you like you're real, doesn't waste your time, right, and does these things properly, it's going to work out great.
I think so. Like if the experience, like you said, if it goes smoothly and it gets you the responses that you need, it's amazing. People just are skeptical because that's not consistently happening right now. I saw an interesting video that was talking about the world of like content creation and everything. Like, you know, we all kind of have an idea when something's written by AI and it irritates us, right? Because, you know, we're like, you took the easy way out. You just put something in, let AI generate it, and then you posted it on LinkedIn or you wrote a blog post or whatever. And it doesn't have to be that way. There are ways that you can get to that point if you're, you know, really understanding those nuances. But again, it comes back to prompting, all the data. You know, there's a million things to consider that our brains are doing subconsciously that if AI, I believe if AI is programmed to do it, it will come off just as nuanced and personable as any human being.
You talked about cracking the code, and I talk in those terms. I think that way too. And here's a crowd that I think I've cracked. Is that, you know, a lot of people, what they're creatively doing is kind of, boy, I wish I could figure out how to sugarcoat this. I just think a lot of what people they think they're doing creatively is kind of dumb. Meaning you wouldn't like it either. I don't know what you're doing. I don't know if you're just trying to get likes. It's dumb. All right. Here's a dumb example. You know, you're wearing like this wedding gown and you're out to dinner and the text says like, be yourself, you can climb mountains. That's dumb. That makes no sense. It's just a dumb post. I see a lot of those. And I think AI is going to replace that dumb content. Because if AI makes that same dumb content, then people will say, oh, that's dumb AI content. And maybe we'll eventually lead us down the path of, yeah, that was dumb content when it was made by a human being, too. That's just dumb content. Can we get rid of dumb content? It's a lot of dumb content.
I agree.
Just to get those likes. It's really weird. It's stupid.
I just want the AI to get it off my feed. That's what
There you go. Dear AI, get rid of all the dumb content.
Yeah.
Give it to somebody else. Fill their mailbox with spam. Yeah, I don't know. Well, and that's what's interesting. The use of the tools. what you see. You can get rid of stuff you see in your feed. You can get rid of stuff in your email inbox. You can, yeah. I don't know what we're gonna do with it. It's crazy.
It's the Wild West. I mean, it's an exciting time and also a weird time. But yeah, I think it's cool what people are building. It's cool what people can build. It's cool the access to information that's available to everybody. Some of these questions you like what we just went through, you'd have to search Google for what, an hour and a half just to find a list of providers, right? So I love it. I'm super excited about it, super passionate about it.
I know
Again,
you spend a lot of time on it.
I mean, it just helps me with everything. I mean, I
Yeah.
think like again, like it's what I'm kind of coming to a realization. It's more about the process and like workflows you have around it to get the most out of it. Not just the tool itself. If you're just asking, what's the best phone system? Well, if you say versus what's the best phone system for my company phone where I'm primarily focused on inbound calls and I average about 50 calls per day, and then like you just kind of structure it a little differently, you get way better responses. And so, yeah, I'm kind of beating a dead horse, but yeah, that's
Awesome.
the idea here.
Sue, do you have any final thoughts on this? Oh, she's on mute.
Okay, can you hear me?
We need AI that
turn it
recognizes
off.
when we're trying to talk
There
and
you
turns
go.
off our mute button.
No, I just realized I'm going to be doing a lot more stuff on there now because he's given me so many ideas.
Whoa.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Mind blown.
awesome.
Mind blown, Todd.
That's awesome.
I never
Mission
thought about
accomplished.
asking it questions to help you. I never even thought about that. I was just doing like, build me a website or build me advertise this or something like that. But I never thought about, hey, I'm running low on this and how can I make my business better? I would have never thought about that. That's incredible to me.
Yeah, I'm telling
Ideas.
and I can send you some stuff that I use, but it's like,
Yeah.
whether you're working on more technical things versus strategic versus brainstorming, I
Right.
talk to it differently depending on what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And all of those just help me tremendously, like get the most out of the tool. So yeah, I'll
Awesome.
shoot those over to you
Awesome.
afterwards.
Okay, cool.
David is an AI consultant and more. If you want to get a hold of David, you can contact ATI or
Well, just to clarify, not an AI consultant. I don't know. I don't know what you call this. I don't know what you call this.
Wait, what?
I don't want to get branded as that.
Okay, here we go. David is not an AI consultant.
I just know a couple of things, but yeah, reach out, LinkedIn, probably the easiest place to find me, David Ray Jr. Yeah, happy to help anybody with any questions.
David Ray Jr. Is that an email?
You could send it to David L. Ray Jr. at gmail.com.
David L. Ray Jr. at gmail.com. And I'm just going to say it because that's how you know we're in the 2020s. DavidLRayJr at gmail.com.
You got it.
All right, cool.
Sweet.
You can always put it in the comments below. Get a hold of me. You can get a hold of Sue. That's where we're accessible. And if nothing else, leave a comment on YouTube. That is the easiest way. Just leave a comment in YouTube and we can get a conversation started. Or just, go get some AI. Go to the store and just get some AI. That was awesome. What a great show. David, we'll be in touch, buddy.
Appreciate you having me, Jay. Good to
Thank
see
you so
too.
much. This
Awesome.
turned out awesome. I'll put you in the waiting room. Take
See you
care,
guys.
man.
All right,
All right,
see ya.
see ya. All right, so we'll wrap up the show.
21st.
So I'm going to tell you. So, sometimes I think, man, I don't know. Should we do another show next week? And you know what happens every week? I'm like, man, I love these shows we're doing. This is so far out of bounds of I don't know, search a card or whatever. That's cool and that's important. But, we're really trying to think ahead of because I'm going to guess, right? You're going to be running a dispatch office for many years, right? Right?
Well, yeah, I'm sure.
I mean, right? Nobody talks like this either, right? That's another thing. Who talks about what they're doing in 5 years? Like nobody. It's almost like taboo.
Depends on how old you are.
Ouch.
But a life coach. But a life coach. Also, I'm not a huge fan of life coaching.
Really?
I'm not. No, because there's a lot of life. You can throw a rock and hit a life coach. Did you know that?
No, I never really paid attention.
Well, I'll give you a bag of rocks. I'm telling you, you will hit a lot of life coaches. I can name several right now that I wouldn't let them coach my hamster.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Oh,
So, but a life coach will say, talk about what does your life look like in 5 years? What does it look like in 1 year? What does it look like in 6 months? What is your business? What is your family? All that stuff. Just think about it, project it. Take ayahuasca and get in a tent. So
Okay.
wow.
That's what the ayahuasca's for, by the way. And if whatever you're doing now, if you're doing it in 5 years, what could that look like? And what new technologies could you use, etc., to help improve your business, your life, your family,
Yeah.
your brains in a jar. Futurama. But I mean that's what's interesting in that. So I feel like on this show we kind of do some of that. I guess that's why it's not for everybody. There's about 1 million reasons why this show isn't for everybody. So I'm always excited when 925 keeps showing up. 925, that's awesome. I hope business is going well. Hey, I have a few more community members on the ATI. If you go to the channel, I don't care if anybody does it, but it is neat. You can go to, because it's not like it's making me rich. It's not. Not even close. But it's interesting. It's cool. You can if you go to ATI Auto Business on YouTube and you click on a video. And then you can click join. And you can join the channel. ATI Auto Business YouTube channel. There's a video about me and all that. And you can join ATI. And when you join, it's $9.99 a month. I think 70% of that goes to the channel, 30% goes to YouTube. It's a reasonable arrangement. And it's a monthly subscription. And I don't even know what you get for that, other than know that you're helping support a channel that there is no other channel like this channel. There's not. There's blogs and podcasts and I don't know. There's all kinds of stuff. But there's nothing like this where we are peering into the crystal ball and nothing's off the table. And we don't know where we're headed. We don't know where this is all going. I don't even know how many shows we have left in this thing. But I know that week after week, I'm excited at the level of the content and the information. So I just want to say, thanks. Thanks, everybody. Thanks again, live chat. If you're watching on demand, thank you for doing that. If you're on YouTube or LinkedIn, thank you for doing that. If you comment or like, thank you for doing that. If you tell somebody about this channel, thank you for doing that. And if you just remember that we're here for you. That's what ATI is all about. That's why we're still. Why do you do this show?
I do it mainly to help other people that are doing the same stuff we're doing. And
Yeah.
that's the biggest thing is who can I help today? Make it easier for them. Learning this business that I've been doing for 20 years that drove me crazy.
Yeah, you know what? That's funny you say, because when I was on the phone with Angelo, I said stuff like, yeah, you're going to run into brokers that have these restrictions that may or may not make sense. There's nothing you can do about it.
Yep.
And he was like, yeah, I wish I'd have known earlier that I should have set up my DOT number right away instead of waited, or whatever happened there, right?
That may not work anyways, because if you're not on central dispatch the same length of time, some of them don't take you there either. So
right,
it
you
doesn't
could
make
be
any difference.
And that is what's so weird. And there is no central source for the information that we just talked about.
Absolutely not.
There are random videos. I've tried to post in the description. If you go into the description, you know you can do this. You go to my YouTube channel. Boy, Jay, seems like a lot of promotion. You go to my YouTube channel and you go into the description under all Thursday shows. You can find top Instabook links, top 20 auto transport load boards, and some information about how long you have to wait to get signed up. And as far as I know, this information doesn't exist anywhere. There might be a blog, there might be something, but there's just no central resource. And you know, sometimes, boy, I'm going to lose a fan because of this. Sometimes I feel like many of the players in auto transport want to keep it that way. They don't want you to have centralized information. Ironic. They don't want you to have all the information you need in one place, because then you might have an advantage. I feel that way. By all the crickets and the silence and the non-communication. I mean, I can read the marketing material too. It makes it look like everybody's really just gung-ho to work together. Go ahead and try to talk to that company about it. Good luck with that. It's just marketing. It's a lot of marketing. And on that note, thanks everybody. Thank you, David. Awesome show today. Thank you, Office. Thanks, live chat. What do we say, Office?
Goodbye, Sue.
Goodbye, Sue. Thanks so much. I'll see you in a week.
All right. See you
Take
next
care.
week. All right.
All right.
See ya.
Peace out. Bye.